for countable and uncountable nouns. Okay, so I want you to pay attention. Let's see. Let's go to the page. I'm going to show you some pictures. Okay, so we are going to learn about the quantifiers. Okay, so here we have the quantifiers. Here we have a little and a few. We have how many and how much, many and much. We have none and we have a lot. Okay, so these are some of the quantifiers that we are going to learn in this class. Okay, let's see. With countable nouns, we use many when we are referring to a big amount of something. Okay, cuando nos estamos refiriendo a una cantidad grande de algo, many. With quantifiers, for example, we can say many cookies. Okay, what else can we say with many? ¿Qué más podríamos decir con many? Many, for example, I don't eat many cookies. What can you say with many? Any example?
Many apples.
Many apples. Could you give me a sentence with many apples? A sentence?
I eat many apples.
I eat many apples. Okay. This is when we are referring to a big quantity or a big amount of something. Okay. Una cantidad grande de algo. Let's go to the next one. It says a few. A few is when we are referring to a small amount of something, a small quantity of something, okay? So, for example, I eat a few cookies, okay? Cuando tenemos un nombre contable, decimos a few, okay? For example, I bought a few, what can I say? I bought a few orange. I bought a few oranges. Ok. Entonces yo compré un poco o pocas naranjas. Ok. So then we have how many. Okay. When we want to ask something that is countable, we use how many for the question. For example, how many apples do you eat during the weekend? How many apples do you eat during the weekend? Diego, what do you think? How can you answer this question? How many apples did you eat during the weekend?
How many apples do you eat in the weekend?
Mm-hmm.
I eat 3 apples in the weekend.
So this is many. 3 is many or is a few?
A few.
So what can you say? I
eat a few apples.
I eat a few apples.
A few apples.
Very good. Okay, let's see another one. How many glasses of water? How many glasses of water do you drink during the day, Fanny? How many glasses of water do you drink during the day?
I eat many glasses of water during the day.
Do you eat glasses of water?
I'm sorry, drink. I drink many glasses of water during the day.
Yes, very good. So we use how many when we are talking about countable nouns, okay? And if we want to say ninguna, ninguna manzana o ningún vaso de agua. None. Ok. None es para ninguno. Ok. Let's go to the next one. Let's talk about the uncountable nouns. Okay. But first we are going to see these examples. For example, it says, there are many cookies. Okay. As you can see, we use many for countable nouns. There are a few students in the class. A few for countable nouns. Okay. How many students are there in the class? How many when we are talking about countable nouns? Okay. Very good. Any questions about countable nouns? About what are the quantifiers that we use for countable nouns? No yet? Okay, let's go to the next one, uncountable nouns. For uncountable nouns, we use much with a big amount of something, with a big quantity of something, and we use a little with a small amount of something, with a small quantity of something, and we use how much when we are talking about uncountable nouns. Okay, for example, we are talking about money here. Okay, how much, for example, how much money do you have? How much money do you have? ¿Cuánto dinero tienes? How much money? Okay, I have too much money. You can say I have too much money. Yo tengo mucho dinero. Okay, I have much money. You can say tengo mucho dinero. And then we have a little. I have a little money. Tengo poco dinero. I have a little money. Ok, ahora vamos a cambiar la pregunta del agua. Remember, the last question I asked, how many glasses of water do you drink? Ok, ahora voy a cambiar la pregunta y voy a decir, how much water do you drink? Vanessa?
I drink much water.
Yes. When we are talking about uncountable nouns, we use much. If we have a big quantity, a big amount of something, okay? Good. Let's continue. Here we have some examples. There isn't much sugar in the coffee. Okay, there isn't much sugar in the coffee. There is a little milk in the fridge. There is a little milk in the fridge. As you can see, sugar is uncountable and milk is also uncountable. How much juice is there left? ¿Cuánto jugo quedas? Significa esta pregunta. Cuando quieran preguntar cuánto queda de algo, pueden preguntar esto. Is there left? Si es incontable. Perdón, sí, si es incontable. Si es contable, podríamos cambiar el verbo. Are there left? Okay. How much juice is there left? Okay, so these are for uncountable nouns. Okay, much, a little, and how much for the question. Okay. And then we have other quantifiers that we can use for both, for uncountable and countable nouns. Okay, podemos utilizar algunos para ambos, contables e incontables. Let's see here. For example, we can use a lot for countable and for uncountable nouns. For example, there are a lot of apples. Muchas significa una gran cantidad. A lot of apples. Y siempre va acompañado de of. Okay. There is a lot of sugar. A lot puede ser ocupado para contable y para incontable. Okay. Some También some se puede ocupar para ambos. Okay? There are some apples on the table. There is some water in the glass. Okay? A lot significa mucho y some significa algo de agua o algunas manzanas. ¿Ok? Es una cantidad menor. Pero recuerden, como habíamos visto en la anterior clase, se ocupan para oraciones afirmativas, ¿cierto? Some. And we have here any. Como vimos la anterior clase, any, interrogative sentences and negative sentences. For countable, in plural, okay, in the plural form, and uncountable words. For example, there aren't any students in the class. Okay, you remember last class, we talked about this. And none, okay, for short answers, it says, is there any coffee in the cup? None. Significa nada de café. Okay, so these are some of the quantifiers that we can use with both countable and uncountable nouns. Any questions until here? No questions? We are going to do an exercise, okay? Let's see. Here we have some quantifiers. A little, lots of. Lots of is the same as a lot of, okay? Exactamente lo mismo. Lots of and a lot of. Solo cambia la escritura. En este que tiene S, ya no necesitamos poner A, ok, pero ambos van acompañados de of. Y significan lo mismo, una cantidad grande. How much, too much, okay, a few, not much, too many, not many, a lot of, and how many. Okay, what are we going to do? We are going to classify all of them in a chart. Okay, here we have the chart. Here we have a large quantity, a big quantity, a large quantity, small quantity. Here we have questions. Okay, countable nouns, uncountable nouns, and both. Okay, we're going to start with a little. When do we use a little? For countable, uncountable, both, large, small, or questions. Le voy a preguntar a cada uno de ustedes, ¿ok? Let's go with just lightning. When do we use a little? What do you remember?
Oh, when is small, when we don't have much of
Yes,
that
small quantity. Yes,
small quantity, and when is countable,
with countable? Do you
uncountable.
uncountable, right? Yes,
Yeah,
small
it's
quantity
uncountable.
and uncountable. So we use a little. Very good. What about you, Jacqueline? When do we use lots of? Lots of.
Both.
For both. Mm-hmm.
Quantity.
What?
Large quantity.
Yes, very good. For both, for countable and uncountable, and for a large quantity, lots of, right? Very good. Tell me, Danielson, when do we use how much?
Use in question
Questions, very good.
and both.
For both?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. What do you think, Enrique? Do we use how much for both? For countable and uncountable nouns?
No, for uncountable.
For uncountable nouns, right? For questions and uncountable nouns. How much? How much sugar do you want in your coffee? How much water do you drink every day? Okay, for uncountable nouns. Let's go with the next one. Please, Servando, too much. When do we use too much?
Uncountable large quantity.
Very good. We use for uncountable nouns and for a large quantity, right? But as you can see, here we have a symbol, a negative symbol. What does it mean? It means that we use too much for a negative sentence, not a negative verb, but a negative meaning. For example, what can we say? There is too much noise. There is too much noise. What does it mean? What does it mean in Spanish? There is too much noise in this room.
Hay demasiado ruido.
Mucho ruido.
Demasiado, más de lo que yo quiero. Entonces es algo negativo. Too much es demasiado, más de lo que yo quiero. ¿Ok? Entonces por eso tiene un contexto negativo. ¿Ok? Too much. Then we have a few. Let's go with the next student. Denar, when do we use a few?
A few for small quantity and countable nouns.
Very good. We use for small quantity and countable nouns. Very good. Can you give me an example?
I buy a few bananas.
I buy a few bananas. Okay, good. Let's go with the next one. Not much. Not much is for Najid. When do we use not much, Najid?
We use not much in a large quantity and uncountable.
In a large quantity and uncountable. Okay, let's see. We use not much for a small quantity. Okay, significa que no hay mucho de algo. Okay, not much. For example, there is not much coffee. No hay mucho café. There is no much coffee. Okay, good. Let's go with the next one. Daniel, please, too many.
Too many is in a countable large quantity.
Okay, countable nouns and large quantity. Yes, but this has also a negative meaning. Okay, so be careful when you use too much and too many is for negative meaning. Okay, not many. When do we use not many, Diego?
We use not many in for a small quantity and uncountable nouns.
And
Countable nouns.
countable nouns. Very good. Not many. Then we have a lot of. Vanessa, please. When do we use a lot of?
We use a lot of in large quantity and both.
Both. We use it for both, right? And then we have the last one. Natalia, please. When do we use how many?
We use how many for a question. A small quantity. is positive.
We use how many for questions? Countable, uncountable, or both?
Countable.
Countable nouns, right?
Countable.
Yes. Okay. As you can see, with the countable nouns, we use many, 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 and a few. For uncountable nouns, we use much, a little, not much, and how much. And for both, we can use this, lots of or a lot of. Okay? Any questions about this? Any doubts? Any questions? No? Okay. So let's go to the book. Here in your book, you have, look again at the exercise 4B, and complete the sentences with much, many, and a lot of. Okay, here we have number 1. It says, we use how to ask about countable nouns. What do we use here with countable
Many.
nouns?
Many.
Many, right? How many? We use to ask about uncountable nouns.
Much.
Much, very good. We use in affirmative sentences and questions. What do we use in affirmative sentences and questions? Fíjense en el ejercicio 4B. Affirmative sentences and questions.
Lot of.
Again, please.
Lot of.
A lot of, right? Yes, very good. We use a lot of. And we use and in negative sentences.
Any.
What?
Many and much.
Many and much. But in negative sentences, ¿cuál sería? Negative. Many.
A few and a little.
Not many and not much, right? We
Many
use
and not much.
not many and not much, right? Not many and not much. Okay, very good. Let's go to the grammar chart that we have here. It says, quantifiers, we have how much, how many, a lot of, a few, and a little. Okay, si quieren acá arriba, ustedes pueden escribir, bueno, que acá está. We have a lot of for countable and uncountable nouns, right? This is the same for both. A lot of countable and uncountable nouns. We have a few for a small quantity and countable nouns. Okay, we have a little for a small quantity and uncountable nouns. Milk. Then we have here many for countable nouns. Much for uncountable nouns. And for questions, we have also many, and we can use also a lot of for questions, and we can use much too, right? Here we have how many for questions too, and how much for questions. And don't forget the answer. Not many. How many eggs do you eat? Not many. Okay, a few, a lot, or you can say none, ninguno, ningún huevo, okay? Not much, a little, or a lot, Okay, so here we have exactly the same. Okay, let's go and practice with the exercise that you have here in page 125. Okay, let's see. Here we have quantifiers, how many and how much. Okay, let's go with Vanessa. How can you ask the first question here?
How many cups of coffee do you drink every day?
Very good. We have how many cups of coffee do you have every day? Because cups is countable, right? Okay. The next one, please, Daniel.
How much sugar do you put in your coffee?
Very good. So we have how much, because here we have sugar that is uncountable. The next one, please, Paola.
How many time do you spend online every day?
Okay. Time is countable or uncountable?
Mhm. Countable?
Countable. No. Time is an uncountable noun. As you can see, it's in singular. It doesn't have a plural form. It depends. This depends of the sentence. For example, we have time, it's uncountable. But when we say times, okay, cuando estamos hablando de las veces que hacemos algo, ahí se convierte nuestra palabra en plural y contable. How many times? One time, two times. Pero cuando hablamos del tiempo, es incontable, ¿ok? Entonces sería,
How much time
how
do you
much
spend?
time? Very good. The next one, please, Natalia.
How many emails do you send every day?
Very good. How many emails do you send every day? Because here we have emails is a countable noun, right? Very good. The next one, please, Mireya.
How much rooms are there in your home?
Okay, rooms is countable or uncountable?
Countable.
So is how?
Um, how
¿Cómo?
much?
How much? Sugar is countable or uncountable? Mire la pantalla, Mireya. Sugar, countable or uncountable?
Uncountable.
Uncountable. Entonces utilizamos how much para cuando tenemos incontables. ¿Qué utilizamos para cuando tenemos contables?
How many?
How many. ¿Este es contable o incontable?
Contable.
Yes. Entonces, ¿qué utilizaríamos acá?
How many rooms?
Very good. How many rooms, right? Because it's a countable noun. How many rooms are there in your home? Very good. Denilson, the next one, please.
How much water do you drink every day?
How much water do you drink every day? Very good. So water is uncountable. Enrique, please, the next one.
How many brothers and sisters do you have?
How many brothers and sisters do you have? Brothers and sisters is countable, right? Very good. The next one. Please, Servando, what do you think here?
How much jewelry do you wear?
How much yearly do
How
you
much?
work? Yes, very good, because yearly is uncountable, right? How much yearly do you, oh, do you wear? Very good. Ok. Algo que nos indica si es contable o incontable es que, por ejemplo, generalmente las preguntas, nuestros countable nouns están en plural. ¿Ok? Entonces, si ustedes ven algo que está en singular, generalmente es incontable. ¿Ok? Como pueden ver, we have cabs, emails, rooms, brothers and sisters. ¿Ok? Entonces están en plural. Y recordemos que los countable nouns no tienen plural, ¿cierto? Los uncountable. Uncountable nouns no tienen plural. Any questions until here? Let's go to the next exercise. Exercise number 2. Choose the correct words to complete the sentences. Okay. Let's go with Fanny. Please, could you read the first sentence?
There isn't a lot of cheese in the fridge.
Ok. ¿Qué ocupábamos para nuestras oraciones negativas? ¿Recuerdan la regla?
Yes. There isn't much cheese in the fridge.
Yes, cuando tenemos oración negativa ocupamos not much or not many, remember? So here we have, there isn't much cheese, because cheese is uncountable, right? Number 2, please, Maria Jose.
I drink a lot of tea every day.
Yes, I drink a lot of tea every day. Porque no podemos decir a little of, right?
Yes.
Tea is uncountable. Very good. And the next one, please, just Joslaine.
My friends don't send me much messages.
Okay. Messages is countable or uncountable? Countable or uncountable?
Countable.
Countable. So we use much or many for countable.
Countable, many.
Many, right? So don't send me many messages. Very good. And the next one, please, Denar, number 4.
I don't take much sugar in my tea.
Okay. Maybe you can say, I don't take much sugar in my tea. Or you can say, I don't take a little sugar in my tea, right? Because a little and much are used for uncountable nouns. Rare. Okay, so you say much, right? What about number 5? Please, Mireille and Jacqueline.
Okay. It's good to eat a little fish every week.
It's good to eat, yes, a little fish. Okay, a little and fish is uncountable. The next one, please, Najib.
I have a lot of cousins.
I have
I have a lots of cousins.
Lots of cousins. Lots of cousins. Okay, very good. Vanessa, please.
Do your children eat a lot of fruit?
Yes. Do your children eat a lot of fruit? Very good. We use a lot because it's uncountable, right? And the last one, please, Diego.
I drink a few glasses of milk every day.
Very good, because we are talking about glasses, right? That is countable. Good, very good. Any questions?